flying last night.
Yeah, well, you can come.
We could get it.
Trying to
pull a better picture, right? Yeah, just slide in there. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, come on around. Slide in there. Come on.
We can get everyone in.
Yeah.
This is my first time back here in Washington at the house here. I have no idea what all this is about. It's scaring me to death. It's scaring me to death.
Definitely got you slipped in there. I don't know.
How closely did you collaborate with Tom Scott on the album?
Well, I tried to get Tom, actually tried to get him to co-produce with me, but Tom is really busy. You know, he writes and records the music for all of Barretta TV, Starsky and Hutch, and he's making his own album and producing some other album all at the same time. I'm playing on mine, so my original intention was to have him co-produce with me, but it ended up that he more or less just did what he did on the last album, which was he writes down chord sheets for the musicians just to make it a bit quicker on the basic session, and then overdubs his horn parts and then left. But Tom's really good to work with. You know, he's very technical musician, whereas I'm more like a, you know, jungle musician. So he writes it all down, whereas I just hear it, you know.
It interested me too to see that there are 3 keyboard credits, particularly seeing Billy
Yeah.
Preston and Gary Wright in harness,
Yeah.
which is almost an unusual sort of combination.
Everybody's interested in Gary Wright all of a
Yes,
sudden.
yeah.
I noticed somebody reviewing it saying, keyboard wizard Gary Wright, they've ignored him for 10 years.
That's right.
But now, you know. Anyway, the cause of that was that Billy, who was originally supposed to play on all the basic tracks, was with the Rolling Stones. So I found I didn't have a piano player, and as it happened, this guy, David Foster, who's in the band Attitudes, arrived in London. I collared him, and he played on 3 tracks, and then Billy came over after the Stones' Earl's Court show. He played on this song, one take, drunk out of his mind. He just listened to him, went right into it. That's a good thing about Billy. So Tommy recommended this guy called Richard T. He's played on, you know, just millions of albums out of New York, top session guy, but he plays similar style to Billy. So the 3 of them ended up playing. Then Billy came back again and put some synthesizer and piano, and Gary just passed through one day, Gary Wright, and played on a song called Beautiful Girl.
Are you a prolific writer, George? Do you spend a long time on songs?
No, it depends. Some songs come very quick, and some songs I don't really know how they come, you know. There's, I suppose, towards the end of the Beatle period, I had such a stockpile of songs. Like, some people think I started writing after the Beatles, but I actually was writing through from 66, 67, 68, 69, and it was a little bit like being constipated, you know, and then finally being allowed to go. And on All Things Must Pass, I just started recording. I found I had like 17 or 18 basic tracks done. I thought, I better hold on here, because it normally takes very little time to do the basic tracks. And then you just get so pleased with yourself, and you get into overdubbing, and it goes on and on and on. And then you have the mixing too. So there's like 3 basic stages to making an album. But I wrote such a lot of songs that were all stockpiled. And since then, I write in, you know, like if I was to go away, take a break, I could write a lot of songs. I tend to, because my life's been so crazy with all these legal problems. I don't just mean the Sweet Lord, but this thing's been going on for years, Alan Klein. So it's very hard to be productive then, you know.
So just finally, George, you know, talking about your own songs, it is really quite unusual for you to record somebody else's, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's,
well, I did it in the old days, did some Chuck Berry and Carl Perkins, you know, back in the 60s, but in the 70s I've only, I think, done about 2 or 3 songs. I did the perverted version of Bye Bye Love, but this song, True Love, I don't really know why, it just stuck with me, you know. I was just playing it one day, it just sounded good, and I put down the track, and the track sounded, it made it even sound better. And it just seemed so comical, you know. The song to me is both a comedy, at the same time it's a serious song, you know, depending which way you want to take it. Like, yeah.
Well, any of those.
Can you think of anything?
Well, did you have any real hits?
Not really. They were just sort of minor, bubbling under sort of jobs.
One-hit wonders and all that? Yeah. Do you ever, you know, they were...
We just had a hit in America.
Did you?
Top 20, Twist and Shout.
What, the remix of it?
No, it's the same old mix.
Yeah?
Yeah, because they've got it in 2 movies now. One film called Twist and Shout, another one called Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
All right.
So that's the big thing in America, that all the kids are phoning in saying, when's this new band going to go on the road?
Really? Mm. What about these ever-persistent rumours about the Beatles getting back together? Any chance of that?
Well, this is, you know, as you may remember, there's only 3 of them left now. And, you know, then's then and now's now, you know, really. It's best left as it was, with all those nice memories, and the records are there. You know, you don't want to see 3 old men hobbling around a stage pretending to be the Fab Four.
Right. Yeah. What do you remember most about those days?
All the money that was stolen from us.
Really?
By publishers and managers and things. No, not really. Not really. Just remember lots of crowds screaming all the time.
Yeah. Have you seen Paul McCartney recently?
Yeah, I saw him last month.
Yeah. Because if you go by the reports, it's Paul that is pushing to get you all back together. Is that right?
Is that? No, he's not.
No?
He's not trying to. I don't think so. There was that one occasion when they had the Live Aid, and I think somebody had a good idea or a bad idea of trying to get us together. And then somebody said Julian Lennon was going to be with us. But that was just a rumour. I'm going to do an album next year, which I haven't done an album for a couple of years. So, but I haven't told Ringo yet, but he's going to play on it.
Right.
And I think he needs to do that. He needs to play anyway.